Years later, Mike Tyson apologized to you. What what what's meaningful to you about that? How does that fit the story?
I want to be the great gracious guy right now. Say, "Oh, I'm so human that a man's man enough to say sorry. That's it. We're good." I want to be really that's the best presentation of Teddy Atlas I could put out there. He's a good guy. He forgives. He's a good guy. He's a stand up guy, and he's a good guy. I'm not sure if he truly did it for himself. That he really did it because he felt that it was true. But if he's persuaded by other things, he was in the middle. I know I'm taking it too deep. I know it, but what am I going to do? He was in the middle of 12 steps with getting out of drugs, alcohol, 12 steps, which is a commemorable thing. Really, it is. And he's taking the steps. And part of the steps was to to apologize to all people you offended in life. Okay. But are you doing it for the 12 steps, or are you doing it because you really, truly have come to terms with believing what you did was that hurtful to me, and that it matters to you that it was that hurtful to me, and that you were wrong in doing it? Did you do it for? I know that's deep. I know that I'm a freaking idiot. You're a Teddy. Freaking you should be better than that. He's better than you. Yeah, maybe he is better than me. Maybe he is. Really, seriously, maybe he is. And I took it. He put his hand. I took it. We hugged. He said, "I love you." Yeah, yeah. But I want to believe. But what did Cus tell me? No matter what a man says, is what he does in the end that he intended to do all along.
Yeah.
So to this day, today, was it really genuine, or was it reflexive of that moment for him to get what he needed for that step? Or was it truly for what I needed to really, that he really cared, that what he did to me caused me to do what I did? Because I did something that was pretty damn bad to him too. Is he able to deal with that and put that where it has to be put? Is he able to put that? Or is it just he did something he had to do, and maybe he's sorry he did it? I know him. Look, I appreciated that I would have rather been in a private place.
Yeah, so for people who don't know, you were in the middle of commentating a fight, and he walked up from behind you, and he said he was sorry. He shook your hand, gave you a hug. I didn't know he said, "I love you."
Yeah, he's emotional. I get emotional a little bit too, but he's emotional, and he can be. I can see why people have a fascination and a love affair with him right now, because because he was the meteor that went across the sky. That is, if they didn't see it, their parents told them about it. There was a meteor that came across the sky one day,
Yeah.
and the meteor is walking around in the room now, and that's the meteorite. And it actually landed here, and that's it right there. And now he's come a long way, and now he's more human, and he's lovable, compassionate, and he cries, and I get the fascination, I get the love affair, I get it, because we're people that want to forgive, we're people that we want to be good. And part of being good is to forgive people and to show compassion to people, and so, and when somebody's been damaged, uh to acknowledge they've been damaged, to acknowledge that they've been damaged and you care about them being damaged. And how do you show care? Through admiration, in some ways, almost through adulation. And he's getting adulation from people, like, which is to an incredible level. And it's because it's a phenomenon. But I get it. I understand it. And I don't know if he gets it. I don't know if underneath all of this, he's a complex guy. He's a sensitive guy. I don't know, and I am too.
Yeah.
And
One complex guy talking about another complex guy.
I don't know if underneath it all, where he's really, truly at, as far as that day that he said that to me.
Is there part of you that's sorry to Mike for
I'm not sorry.
pulling the gun on him?
Yeah, and that's fair. I know dimensions of human nature too well to not know that he still has to have certain, because I have those strong feelings. What? It's not fair for him to have them? Damn right it's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Now he could look at it if he was to be held to his word that night, that he just acknowledges that what happened he deserved because of what he, the position he put me in and he put himself in, what he did. And I wouldn't change nothing.
Still, you don't regret pulling the gun on him.
I regret that I had to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I regret very much that I had to. That I regret very much.
He crossed the line.
I hated him for putting me in that position. That how dare he think that somebody's feelings are that trivial? That the way I would feel about myself and the way the girl would feel about herself, that was 11 years old at the time, how she would feel about herself. How dare he think it's that trivial that, that I shouldn't be ready to to both die and kill for that.
Yeah. Why didn't Cus D'Amato see it in a deeper way and talk through it?
The word came back to me, but of course, what does it mean? But the word came back to me that Cus said you were right, but if he took the side of Teddy, he would destroy potentially a great fighter.
Why do you think that? Okay, if you were to try to understand the point he was making, why is that true? Isn't the part of greatness that you said is building the character of knowing what is right?
Cus was afraid to go there where he used to not be afraid, because it's kind of like you're never afraid of going up. And I get it. When I train a fighter now, if I come out of retirement, I train a fighter now, I feel in camp like I feel like I'm on death row every day. That if every day I try to retrace my memory and say, did I feel this way when I was younger? I don't remember feeling this way. I feel every day a dreadful feeling that if I don't get this right, I've betrayed everything. I betrayed the fighter's trust. I betrayed what I'm supposed to be. And then one day I tried to figure it out. Why do I feel this way? It's so intense. I was in camp for 2 months training a guy for the world title few years ago, fighting the hardest puncher in the world at the time, and Adonis Stevenson. And the fighter was Ukrainian. And I was, brought in to train him for that fight. And he trusted me and changed his whole style. Trusted me. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, I went to bed every night like praying, dread, waking up, dread, my stomach down to here, everything, saying, what if I fail him? What if everything that I told him was going to happen don't happen? What if I fail him? What if he trusted me and I betrayed that trust? And the thing was, with Cus was, he used to be stronger than that. And then I tried to figure it out why I got this way and why it was so dreadful to me and why I felt like I was on death row every day training a fighter. Like, did I do enough? Did I do it right? Will we accomplish will we accomplish what I promised them we would accomplish? Would I keep my word? And then I started thinking, how did I become this weak? How did I I was a pretty strong guy. Yeah. How did I become this weak? And then finally, I think I figured it out. You know why? Because I was always working to get up. But once I finally got up, now I was looking down. And I finally hit me. I said, I didn't want to lose. I said, there was nothing to lose on my way up. Mm-hmm. Now all of a sudden there's something to lose when you're up there and you're looking down.
And that's where he was.
And that's where Cus was. Cus was at the end of his rope. He accomplished the 2 world champs, all this stuff, right? Everything. And he did it right. Now all of a sudden, it wasn't about moving forward. It was about not falling down. Holy cow. I was like, I got it, Cus. I got it. I got it. You didn't want to fall down. Oh my God. You didn't want to fall. And this was his last chance. You don't give up on life. This was his last chance to live forever, to make everything he did worthwhile, to have the youngest it wasn't just heavyweight champ. You got to remember, he was the youngest heavyweight champ ever. And to have that, it was okay to die now. And how's loyalty to someone named Teddy Atlas gonna get in the way of that? That's a tidal wave that there ain't no wall that's been made high enough to stop that tidal wave. And now I'll stop myself. Yeah, there is. But it would have to be an awful big one. And you know what? Who are we to say that we could ever build that wall that big? Who is any of it? Who am I to say?
Do you think if you were to put yourself in the shoes of Cus D'Amato, can you see yourself having the big enough wall, or you would choose loyalty?
Now, if I answer the way I feel, then I'm making myself John Wayne again.
You don't have to answer then. I think loyalty is important.
No matter what a man says, it's what he does in the end that he intends to do all along. I didn't make that up. Cus did. And when this all went down, those words came freaking echoing into my freaking ears. I didn't want them. Cotton doesn't help. And they freaking kept coming into my ears. And what do you think? Still an immature kid at the time. I was young. Still an immature kid at the time. What the freak do you think my response was? You were full of...
Yeah.
But I got past that.